Hello everyone, our group is going to talk about the unequal access to education. Educational inequality refers to unfairness in the distribution of educational resources, the acquisition of opportunities, the quality of education, and the results. Inequality in education is usually manifested in different groups, for example, city and countryside, race, and gender. Urban schools usually have more funds, facilities, excellent teachers, and so on. While school resources in rural or poor areas are scarce and poor education conditions. The next one is race. Restrictions on admission are limited in some countries and regions due to the influence of historical, cultural, and socio-economic factors. Some races may face discrimination and restrictions during enrollment. For example, in the past, some schools in the United States have in placement racial isolation policies against black students to limit them to entering white schools to study, resulting in educational resources and educational opportunities of the same quality as white students. The third one is gender. The unfair phenomenon of women in education still exists in many areas around the world. Although the situation of women's education has improved significantly in the past few decades, it still faces many challenges. They are even banned from receiving higher education by the state in this video.
In terms of the cases, I would like to say there are several cases could lead this happen. The first one is the economy disparities. The economy inequality is a significant driver. Families in low-income communities often cannot afford school fees, supplies, or transportation, forcing many children to drop out. Wealthier areas typically have better funded schools, while poorer regions struggle with outdated materials, overcrowded classrooms, and underqualified teachers. The second case is geographical barriers. In rural or remote areas, access to school is often limited. Students may have to travel long distance, which becomes even more challenging when infrastructure is poor. In some cases, schools are non-existent, leaving children without any formal education. The third one is the gender inequality. Cultural norms and biases often limit educational opportunities for girls. In some societies, girls are expected to prioritize household duties or marry earlier, while boys are encouraged to pursue education. These barriers reinforce cycles of inequality and prevent women from achieving their full potential. The fourth one is the political instability and conflict. In regions affected by war or political unrest, schools are destroyed and education is disrupted. Refugee children, in particular, face immense challenges in accessing consistent schooling due to displacement and the lack of resources. The last one is the discrimination. Systematic discrimination based on race, religion, or disability also contributes to unequal opportunities. Marginalized groups often face barriers in accessing quality education, perpetuating cycles of exclusion and poverty.
The effect of unequal educational opportunities. Inequality affects us in many ways, one of which is education, but it's often overlooked just how significant inequality is in access and quality of education, from socio-economic and institutional barriers to disparities in funding. inequality has far-reaching impacts on how we learn. Inequality leaves an undeniably deep mark in areas of public education. Low-income families often need help to afford private schools, and neighborhoods with money troubles mean a need for more resources for their public schools. This can create a disheartening cycle that never stops turning. The disadvantaged aren't provided with equal education opportunities compared to wealthier peers, making it much more difficult for them to excel academically or professionally. The repercussions of income equality also impact the quality of education kids receive. High schools in financially strained districts are undersupplied in terms of textbooks and teach, which unfortunately damages the lifelong learning opportunities of students. Underqualified or inexperienced teachers also worsen this issue and further reduce the quality of education.
Education inequality is caused by many factors like money, location, and trend. Increased funding in poor area. Problem. Schools in poor area have resources and teachers. Solutions. More funding. The government should give more money to schools in poor area to improve facility and research. Support teachers and offer bonuses to work in area. For example, China increased funding the rural schools to improve education, use technology for learning. Problem. Remote area lack good teachers and resources. Solution. Online learning use the internet to provide online lessons to schools in remote area. Digital tools give students to e-books and learning apps. For example, India used the online program to teach students in remote area. Fair admission policy. Problem. Some students are unfairly forwarded in entrance exam. Solution. Fair exam make sure admission based on ability, not family wealth. Support for poor students. Office scholarship to students for low-income families. For example, India research support in university for low-income students. Family and community support. Problem. Poor family may not have to resource have children. Solution. Family education. Teach parents how to support the children learn. Community centers provide after-school program to help students. For example, many community offer free tutoring to help students.
In conclusion, education is not just a privilege. It is a fundamental right and a powerful tool for breaking the cycle of poverty. But ask yourself, what kind of future are we building if millions of children still lack access to quality education? If we do not act now, we risk creating a world where inequality depends, opportunities shrink, and progress slows. We must take action, government, communities, and individuals alike. By investing in education, we are investing in innovation, social stability, and economic growth. Imagine the possibility if every child had the chance to learn, to dream, to achieve. Let us remember, education is not just about building knowledge. It is about building hope and opportunity. If we continue to ignore the issue, we are not just failing the children of today, we are failing the future of our world. So, what will you do to make education a reality for all? The choice is ours, and the consequences are clear.